here with renewables. So my conclusions are that today, imported coal and natural gas are the only economically viable alternatives to nuclear and baseload power for Japan. Coal carries serious environmental and political problems, and although its economics aren't bad, I don't think it's a politically viable option for Japan. Its air quality impact, despite all the mitigation steps that we can do, is still a problem in congested areas. And for any country that wants to make progress on reduced carbon emissions, this is absolutely not the way you want to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want nuclear for baseload, it's going to be LNG. Now, what's happened with LNG is that the Japanese have been buying as much LNG as they can to make up this difference. The market is very stretched. Prices have gone from $8 or $9 per million BTU up to 15 or 16 on the spot market. That is roughly 4 times the cost of natural gas in the United States. Now, the good news is there's a lot of gas in the world, and as I always tell my students, oil is a resource-constrained business, natural gas is an infrastructure-constrained business, and if the Japanese want to go out and develop more liquefied natural gas projects, they're going to be able to do it. It will be expensive, and it will not be a domestic fuel. Natural gas is a low-carbon fuel. It is not a zero-carbon fuel. But for the moment, in my judgment, this is the choice that TEPCO faces, as well as the other Japanese companies. Renewables are simply too expensive for baseload power, and they are intermittent. There are some interesting options, I think, for TEPCO and some of the other countries, some of the other companies, to begin thinking about renewables as a way to replace oil for peaking, and particularly for charging the pump storage units. Obviously, it's hard to use solar at night for that particular purpose, but wind power is possible. The difficulty here is that the numbers I showed you show basically that we've been able to improve the economics of wind power by making wind turbines bigger and bigger and bigger and stringing more and more of them together, and you have to have a place to put those kinds of installations. We have lots of places like that in the United States. TEPCO's area is quite limited in terms of their ability to install a wind farm of that magnitude. But as several of the speakers have said, all of the companies are going to have to be a little bit more creative in their long-term view. But I think for the moment, for baseload power, it's nuclear or it's LNG. Okay, thank you.